If you guys have not printed this already, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and do these next exercises. So I only put two just because on Thursday I made a longer example. So hopefully we'll be able to dive into that on Thursday. But for now, I just want to make sure that you understand the concept and how to solve for depreciation using double declining. Okay, so let's get started. Number one, you purchase a cash register for $300 with no salvage value. Okay, so you got an easy one right here. Okay, its useful life is 5 years and it can print up to 5,000 receipts. You put this cash register into service on January 8th. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill out this information down here. What is my asset?
The cash register.
Yes, that is right. Cash register. What is my, how much does the asset cost? $300. And is there a salvage value to it?
Nope.
No. What is its useful life?
5 years.
5 years. Okay, good. And when did I put it into service?
8 January.
January 8th. Okay, so that means, what does this mean?
That means we got a headache coming up.
No, what does it mean that we put the date into service on January 8th?
We got to depreciate 3 months.
Why 3?
Well, because 1 to 115 is the October, and 16 through the 31st is November.
Where are you coming from this? This is a completely different new problem.
Thinking out of my head.
Okay. So if we put the asset in in service.
January 8th is for,
Okay. Yeah.
it's for the month of January.
For the month of January, so it'd be all 12 months.
All 12 months, that's correct. All right, I was super confused when you were talking about that. Yeah. Okay, so that means we're going to depreciate it for all 12 months, meaning the first year is going to have its full year. Okay?
Yes.
So, starting from square one, what is the first year's depreciation basis?
300.
300 is correct. We're going to start off with 300, right? What is the rate?
40%.
40%. Good. All right. So what is our depreciation expense now?
120.
Yes, 120. Okay. And our accumulated depreciation is?
Is 120. Same
One.
as the first year, it's the same thing.
Good. And what is our book value now?
180.
180 is correct. Okay. What is my second year's depreciation basis?
180.
180 is correct. That's right. We're going to take the number that we solved for this last. So the end of the year's book value will be the beginning of the year's book value for year 2. Correct. Right?
40% stayed the same all the way down.
Exactly. Good. So let me go ahead and just write 40% here. And what is 40% of 180?
72.
$72. All right. And what is 72 plus 120?
192.
192. And then what is the book value now?
108.
108 is correct. Good. This seems to be a lot easier.
Correct.
Huh?
It can't be correct.
How? Why?
Because I'm puzzled with the next one.
Okay. So what is what is the book value? I mean, what is the depreciation basis for
108.
108?
That's the end of the year thing. We just transferred over to the new year.
Okay, good.
40% rate,
40%.
and 40% of 108 is $43.20.
40, yep, $43.20. That's correct.
And you take that and 72 the previous year, and add them together, you get 115.20.
No, you don't get 115. What number are you taking? Remember, we're not taking the previous year's depreciation expense. We're taking the previous year's accumulated depreciation.
Yeah, the 72.
Not the 72. That's the previous year's depreciation expense. You need to look one column more over. We're looking at previous year's accumulated depreciation plus the current year's depreciation expense, which gives you what? Okay, David, what was last year's accumulated depreciation?
192.
192. Okay, and we're gonna add the current year's depreciation expense.
And it'd be 235.
230.
20.
Yes, 235.20 is
That's why that answer didn't make sense.
correct.
The next one.
Okay.
You take accumulated, the accumulated depression minus the original cost
Mm-hmm.
of 300. You got 64.80.
64.80 is correct. And then moving on to the fourth year, what is the fourth year's depreciation basis?
64.80.
Correct. We know this is 40%.
25.92.
Hold on. What did you get?
25.92.
Okay. So 25.92.
You add 235.20,
Uh-huh.
and you get you don't get that number. 235 plus 5.22. 261.12.
261.12.
261.12. And then for the book value, you minus the 300, and you get $38.88.
$38.88.
And then the book value there is your basis. So for the next
Mm-hmm.
38.88
Mm-hmm.
times 40%,
Mm-hmm.
$15.55.
$15.55.
Okay, then you take 261.12 plus 15.55 equals 276.67.
Yes.
Then minus 300 and $23.33.
Yes, that's correct. Good job. Okay, so this is gonna go ongoing forever until you finally reach to 0, and that means it's gonna take forever. Now, what you can do is you can go ahead and zero it out here because we've already reached the maximum of the life of this machine, because it says that it should stop by it should stop by the 5th year. So you can, if you want to, you can continue it if you like, because there is no right or wrong answer if your machine goes beyond it. But the only thing that you can't go beyond is you can't go beyond salvage value. In this case, we don't have one. So yes, you can go ahead and just deplete this whole entire thing, saying, okay, well, what am I gonna do with a machine that's worth that's going to be worth $22. You can't really do much. So, I mean, you can zero it out completely because we have reached to the 5th year. But in this case, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just not going to use it anymore. Okay? So, I'm going to scrap that $23 and take a loss. All right. So, good job, guys. See, this was a lot easier, right? Because you learned the first one, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it did make it easier.
A lot easier because I printed out the formulas too.
All right. So,
I haven't tried to remember them.
so let's go ahead and depreciate. What is the adjustment entry for the first year? So let's go ahead and journalize this. So here, how much was the depreciation expense for the first year?
12,000. I'm sorry, $120.
$120. So here, I'm going to assume that as all what do you call it? Depreciations usually they end on December 31st. So here I'm gonna write depreciation
$120.
expense for $120 is correct. And then what is my credit account?
Accumulated depression.
Mm-hmm. Depreciation. And what is it for what machine?
120.
What is the machine? The cash register?
A cash
Oh.
register.
Okay, I'm gonna put CR so you know what it is. Our cash reg. There you go. I don't have space to put register. Register. Oh, barely made it. Okay, so maybe if I.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. Yes, so good. Good. All right. Okay, so what okay, so I need to record the adjustment entry for the second year. So what happened on the second year? How much was
Depreciation expense, $72.
it? Was for $72.
Accumulation depreciation, cash register, $72.
Yes, $72. Okay. Good. All right. See, easy stuff, and you guys got to move along a lot quicker. It's a lot easier. So, Andrea, are you okay with this one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and move forward. All right. So problem number, whoa. Yeah, that's right. Problem number 4. Problem number 4. You purchased a computer, okay, for $1,988. That's one expensive computer. It includes all fees with a salvage value of $200. Okay, wait, that's $200. Its useful life is 5 years, and you put this computer into service on August 25th. Assume that the adjustments are at the end of the year. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill out information. What kind of asset do we have?
A computer.
Yes, we bought a computer. COMPUTER. T-E-R. Okay. All right. How much did our asset cost us?
1988.
$1988. And what's our salvage value?
200.
$200. And what is our useful life? Bless you.
5 years plus you.
5 years is correct. And when did we put this date into when did we put this asset into service?
25 August.
August 25th. So what does that mean?
It goes for November. I mean,
Yeah.
not September, but September.
Okay, so good. So how many months do I need to depreciate?
4.
Yes. 4 months.
4 months. Yes, because we're not including August. We're starting on September, October, November, and December. Yes. So that means we only need to depreciate 4 months out of 12. So let's go ahead and solve for this. Okay, so what is the what is the depreciation basis for this one?
I had 16, 30 and 40 cents.
Where in the world did you get that?
I don't know.
Okay, what is the what is the book value?
1988.
1988 is correct because we have no accumulated depreciation for the previous year, so therefore the asset cost minus 0 is going to be 1988. That's good.
Then we
Okay.
do the salvage value?
No. Why? What's the formula for depreciation basis?
I thought we depreciation for the total the cost of the asset and minus the depreciation minus the salvage value.
Okay, but which depreciation method are we dealing with right now?
Double declining.
What is the formula for depreciation basis?
A book value.
Okay, does that say that its book value is equal to cost of asset minus salvage value?
No, it does not.
No, it does not. All it says is the beginning of the year's book value. And in this case, we know the formula for book value. What's the formula for book value?
Cost of asset minus accumulated depreciation.
That is yes. And in this case, we're just starting brand new. We have no accumulated depreciation, so asset cost minus 0 is going to give you 1988 because that's how much it costs. Okay? Okay, so be careful. That's why I wanted to show you guys the separate ones. You guys need to recognize what depreciation method you are using so you know which formulas to use, okay? So again, 1988 is where we're going to start off. What is the rate?
40%?
40%, because it's going to be 1/5 times 2, it's just 40%. Okay? And what is my depreciation basis this time?
$7.95
No, because you have to, it's not for the whole year.
Exactly.
Oh. And so you want to,
So 4 months out of 12, that's 1/3.
$198.80?
No.
Okay.
0.33.
So,
Okay, 795.2 times 0.33. 262.42.
you probably didn't extend it long enough.
$52.47?
Okay, I probably rounded too early.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, for this one,
1988
1988 times 40%.
times 0.4.
Uh-huh. And then you could just divide the whole thing by 3.
So it's 79.52, and then you divide it by,
265
Oh, yeah, it'd be easier to do that,
and 7
yeah.
cents, right?
Say that again.
265 and 7 cents.
And 7 cents is correct.
And the accumulated depression. Now this is the first time it'll be the 265.07.
That's correct. So, Lee, did you get point? Did you get this number? Andrea too. Did you get this number?
Yeah, I got it now.
I
Okay.
got it now.
Okay. All right, and then what?
And take for the book value, accumulated depression minus the basic 1722 and 93 cents.
Yeah, that's what I got.
1722.93. Okay. All right, good. We recognize that we can't take 700 yet because the asset's only 4 months old. You can't be depreciating the whole thing. So what happened on the second year then?
Yeah, you're. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
No, I thought somebody else was trying to talk.
Okay,
I
well,
interrupted.
we start with 1722.93 for depreciation basis.
Good.
Multiply that by the rate of 0.4,
Mm-hmm.
and we get 689.17.
689.17.
And you want to add that and your
689.
current depreciation 266.07.
I got 689.17. I had 689.20. Wait. Okay, let me do that again.
Okay, depreciation expense, I got 689.17. Okay, plus the previous year,
Okay, I have it now.
265.07, and I got 954.42 for the accumulated depreciation.
Okay, hold on. That was so many numbers. So we got 689.17, and we're adding our 265.07, and you got how much?
954.42.
Yep, 954.42.
Yes.
I got 24.2.
24. Okay, and they transpose that. Hang on. Okay, 689.17 plus 265.07.
689.
Yeah, right. 24 cents.
Yes,
24.
24 cents is correct. And then let's solve for book value.
Minus 1988.
Mm-hmm. Which should give you how much?
1033.76.
76. That's right. Okay. All right. So it had.
1033.66 will be your basis,
Mm-hmm.
your basic.
Mm-hmm.
Times that by 40%.
Mm-hmm.
It let that number go down.
How about 413.50?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shouldn't that number go up?
That's
Why would it go up?
Well, I was just looking at a year or two, and it was 600.
That's because it was a full year. The first one was just for the 4 months.
Yep. And because we're starting with our basis, it's lower than before. Does it make sense? Well, think about it. If you have 1,000, what's 40% of 1,000?
Let me,
400.
400.
400.
Exactly. So this one is only off by 33. So if you roughly do 40% of that, you should get 413.50. Okay, so again, it's because in the beginning we calculated only 4 months. It's only 4 months old.
Yes.
Okay, here it's already 1 year old, and here it's another year old. However, we're not starting with 17 anymore. We're starting by we're down by $700. Okay, so
Okay.
you have to also
You-
look. You have to also look at how much money you're actually dealing with it to begin with.
Yeah, I just expected the numbers to increase.
Okay.
And the accumulated is 1367.74.
Oopsies.
1369.
13. Oh, I am so
1367.
funny.
Yeah,
Let's
that's what I got.
1367.
1367.74.
Yes. David, what two numbers did you calculate?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It might have said 7, and I just wrote. It might have said 7. I just wrote 9. I don't know why. But I just redid it and it got 7.
Okay. Good.
And minus 1988,
Mm-hmm.
620.
Mm-hmm.
$620.26.
Yes. Okay. Just
Yeah.
waiting for those cents.
got
Just
you.
making sure you remember those cents.
Right.
At first, I was looking at it, it didn't look right.
Okay. So then that means moving forth 620
Is the basic
basis. Mm-hmm.
times that by 40%? That'd be $284.10.
$202.48. $248.10. All right. And then let's add that to our 1367.74. And then what do we get?
1,600 or 1615.84.
I did not get that.
Okay, I got 1615.84.
1615.84.
Hold on.
$1,615.84.
Okay, so 1615.84 is correct. And what is my book value now?
Minus 1988.
372.16. Oh, we're so close. That means it made it to its 5th year.
Yes.
All right. So if it made it to its 5th year, so 372.16 was it? All right.
Yes.
And we're going to multiply that by 40%. Oopsies. Oh, I'm so sorry. So
148.
148.
86.
148.86.
And we want to make
1764.70.
1764.70, you said?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then what is my book value now?
Minus 19.
223.30.
Yes.
223.30. Yes. So right now it's reached its 5th year, but however, think about it. Did it really reach its 5th year?
No,
How old is the asset?
it still has what?
5 years.
Yes, for 5 years, right.
Right, but how old is this asset?
5 years old.
It is not 5 years
4
old.
years.
No, 4 years and
month.
4
For
months.
months.
It is
4
4
years.
years and 4 months. So therefore, we still got a life to it. We still can calculate. We could still calculate for the 6th year because the first year we didn't calculate a full year. It's only 4.5 years old, or 4 years, 4 years and 4 months. So therefore, I left that blank line for you guys to go ahead and write in as well. So number 6th year, we're going to calculate we're gonna do 223.30 for 40%. Okay.
932.
89.32.
And it's
Well, but it's not, we're not doing it for the whole year. We're
Oh,
only doing it for
only doing it
two-thirds,
right.
okay.
two-thirds of the year,
We're doing
so,
it for 8 months.
yeah. Right,
Okay, if you want to, okay.
Okay.
So you said how many? So you said 8 months out of 12.
Yes.
Okay, so what is that?
If you take the,
okay,
$27 and
$59.84.
What did you
Yes.
get?
$59.54.
50 done. Yeah, okay, that's right.
Okay, because if you take 8 and you divide it by 12, you should get 0.6666666. And if you were to multiply that by 4.4, and you multiply that by 223, was that 30? Then you should get
59.46.
59.54. It's supposed to be 55 because I got 4.6.
Okay.
Okay. All right, but okay, that's one way of looking at it. So let's go ahead and calculate and see what happens.
Okay, so accumulated depreciation, I get 1824.25.
Yes, I got that as well. Okay, and then what is
So
the book
then
value
maybe
now?
our value
Mhm.
of 163.76 or 75.
Okay, now, can I have a book value that low?
No,
No,
No.
No.
you can't go below the 200.
You can't go below the 200 salvage value. So therefore, you need to adjust this to be exactly 200. Okay? All right. So I'm gonna add this in here so that you guys can actually see this work instead of doing that. So what was this again? 163. What was it? 163.
89.
75.
yeah,
Okay, so we need to get to 200, right? So if I'm going to cross this out right here, okay, so this number cannot happen. It needs to be 200. All right, so if this is going to be 200, right, now we got to work it backwards. So how do we solve for accumulated depreciation? What must we get to get to 200?
Would you,
We're gonna go,
reduce it by the $36, $36.25.
Where are you getting 36,025 cents, huh?
Well, I was doing the 200 minus the 163 and the difference, the 200, minus, the 163 that we had, and that gives us $36.25. So we don't reduce going backwards the accumulated depreciation, so I guess we couldn't do that.
What's the formula for book value? If we know what our book value is, what is the formula for book value?
cost of asset, minus
Cost of
depreciation.
Accumulated depreciation.
Exactly. So if you guys know order of operations, or what do you call it? I forgot, but it's where you can move the numbers around and it would mean the same thing.
Manipulate?
I guess. So how do you solve for X if accumulated depreciation is what you're looking for, right? If you already know that the cost of asset is 1988 and you have the
Yes.
book value, which is 200, how do you solve for accumulated depreciation?
Minus the, salvage value and the, original cost.
Okay, and what do you get?
17, no,
That's right.
Okay, so
1788.
That is correct.
1988 minus 200. 1788.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, now we got to go one step more back. How do you solve for accumulated depreciation?
Okay.
No, depreciation is previous years is accumulated depreciation
Uh-huh.
in the current years.
Okay. You
Or
have
depreciation expense.
exactly. So we're trying to solve for depreciation expense, but we're already given 2 out of those 3 numbers. So how do we solve for the depreciation expense?
Divide the depreciation expense in half.
Why would you divide it in half?
I don't know, it just sounded good.
Okay, so 1788,
Uh-huh.
wait a minute, it has to end up with 200.
Correct.
So, cost, that means,
Okay.
okay, how do we get
355.
cost
No.
asset minus accumulated?
Okay, we already solved for this portion already. Now we're focusing on working backwards, okay? If you know that your accumulated depreciation, right? That the formula for accumulated depreciation is going to be your previous years plus your depreciation expense. In this case, we already know what our accumulated depreciation is. It's going to be for 1788. 1788. So if we know 1788 is equal to 1764.70, because we don't have that number anymore. What number is going to be added together to get 1788? Okay, so
Minus,
seven. So again.
So 1788, okay, 1788
minus the
minus
1764.
1764.70.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's, your depreciation expense will be 2330.
2330. And then guess what? Look at our beginning of the book balance of that year. We started out with 223.30. And we need to get to 200. So, just looking at this number, you could have eliminated all of that work by just saying, "Oh, I need to get rid of $23.30."
Oh, my goodness.
Right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you stop us and tell us?
No, because I wanted you guys to realize it. Like, you guys were working so forth, and then you went back one because you were like, "Oh wait, you have to only calculate this month." It's okay,
Oh,
but that's okay. No worries. Sometimes people don't see it. It's fine. But yeah, if you just notice that in my 6th year, I started off the year with $223.30. And I already, if I were keeping really good track of my asset, I should know that by the end of the day, I need to be at the end. I need to have at least 200. So from right there, if I didn't know that, that would have been fine. We would have done the same thing and then go back and then done the same thing again. So this is just if you can recognize it, some people don't catch it right away. I'm only $23.30 away from 200. So, yes, and it doesn't matter when the asset ends as long as within that year, the last remainings of its life, that you depreciate $23.30. Okay? So in this case, you can have a shorter lifespan because $23.30 compared to 80. What was the original one? 80 something. That's already like what? That's like 1/4 of the year. So this asset only can last another fourth of a year. Okay. I mean, if you do it based on per month unit base, then it would come out to be exactly like
Or you
probably
take the, book value from year 6 and minus your salvage cost, and you still get 23 or 30.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so unless you do it like by like per month basis, then it would have been a lot shorter than the 6 years that you've had it, or it looks like 6 years, but it's really only 4
Okay.
and like a half. Okay. All right. So now that we finally completed that section and we solved for it, let's go ahead and proceed to journalize the rest of this problem. So this one says journalize the first entry for for depreciation for the first year. So let's go ahead and determine how much was depreciation expense for the first year.
$26.07.
200 and
sorry.
265.
Yeah, 265.7 cents.
okay. I know worries. I got you. So December 31st. What is my journal entry?
Depreciation expense
Uh-huh.
and accumulated depreciation for the computer.
Yes, ACUM depreciation computer. Good. Good. Okay, I have a lot more space than I expected. So let me go ahead and move that a little over. Okay, good. And it is for the value of $265.07. And down here, it is also going to be $265.07. All right. Now depreciate it for the second year. So let's go back up to our table. Second year, how much was our depreciation expense?
689.17.
$689.17 is our answer. I'm going to copy this to save some time here. Not that I need to save the time, but what was it?
That's cheating.
268.
689.17.
17. 689. My bad.
Yes.
68917 is our answer. 68917. All right, good. That is it for today, and good. So here we recognize that it ended after the 5th year, which it really didn't because we still had life remaining. Okay, and we had to change the value here, okay? Because once again,
Bless you.
when you're dealing with double declining, actually in general, when you're dealing with this in general, your book value should always match your salvage value, okay? So that is all I have for today. I mean, we can keep working on another extra problem, but I do